For the first time ever, Sammy the Bull Gravano tells his story. This is our thing. Directed by James Carroll.
I go back to Mulberry Street, and John is there, and he's talking with Jimmy Brown, who's a captain in the family. Louis Fats is a made guy. It's his cousin, and he's with Jimmy Brown. And they're talking to John and everything like that. And John says, Sammy, come here. Listen to this story. Jimmy and Louis start explaining the story. They have another cousin. They're all cousins. This guy, Tommy Spinelli. He's a made guy as well. And he's going to go into a grand jury meeting in a week, and he tells them he's going to tell the truth. Tell the truth. What do you mean he's going to tell the truth? In other words, then he's going to cooperate. He's going to be putting people away. What do you mean tell the truth? He's going to tell the truth, and he's not coming in right away, but he is in communication with them. Okay, I got it. And then John tells me, take care of this guy. Take him out. Jimmy, Louis, excuse us for 2 minutes. John, let me talk to you. We go on the side. But for real, they're all cousins. One's a captain. Both of them are made guys. I had to go and kill him? I mean, John, I'm the underboss of the family, bro. You're sending me on hits. Sammy, listen, please. These things ain't gonna get done. You know how these guys are. This isn't gonna get done. That's why I need this important it gets done right away, and that's why I'm sending you. I gotta send you. All right, we go back to them. John says, I'm giving Sammy the hit. Louis Fats, you're on the hit with Sammy. They have another guy with them, Philly Dogs, another made guy who wasn't there. He's gonna be on the hit. Jimmy's an older guy, he's a captain, he's not gonna be on the fucking hit. I'm definitely not happy about it, but I'm on this hit. He tells me, he says, take who you gotta take, do whatever you gotta do, put it together, use whoever you gotta use, and get this done. All right, I said, I'm gonna use Joe Watts and Fat Dom, along with my guys. I don't need nothing else. And I think I'm gonna use this Danny Marino. Go ahead. Just tell them that it's coming from me, and you're the underboss. Just tell them they're coming on the hit. All right. So that's what I do. I get those guys. I set it up. I'm going to go fast forward a little bit. I set it up. Joe Watts and Fat Dom are going to be parked in a truck outside my house in Staten Island. There's a Greek diner that I always go to. There's a back part of that Greek diner where there's cars parked, but it's way in the back, so there's not that many cars parked there. Philly Dogs' son owns a glass factory in Brooklyn. I'm telling Louis Fats, call your cousin, Tommy. Tell him to meet at this glass factory that you and Jimmy want to meet, and whatever you want to tell him. And we'll kill him over there. Danny's going to be on it. Joe Watts and Fat Dom will be in Staten Island by my house. As soon as he's dead, you put him in one of those trucks, Philly Dogs' truck, bring him to that diner, park in the back. They'll pull in, they'll take the body, they'll get rid of the body. Got it? Got it. We get in place, and that's what's going to happen. I pull up, I tell Fat Dom and Joe Watts about the plan. this is how it's going to happen. Sit here when I come back and I tell you, you just go to the diner. There'll be a glass factory, a glass truck. Go to that truck. There'll be a body in there. Take it out and bury it. Okay. I get in the car with Danny Marino, who's also a made guy, who's a captain. And he's coming into Brooklyn with me to this glass factory. We're going to be part of the hit too. We pull up, we're getting out of the car, and Louis Fats comes over. Philly dogs are standing on the corner. He says, Sammy, I called him. He won't come in. Well, I thought you said you're talking to him and he would come in and talk to you guys, but he didn't want to come in to anybody else. He won't come in. All right. Where is he? He's in a club in Flushing, Queens, or whatever the fuck that is. They have a club, a lot of guys hang out, the Zips from Italy, the Greaseballs, whatever you want to call them, they're there. Whole bunch of guys, they hang out in that club, and he's in that club there. That's where he is now. Good. I'm gonna go back to Staten Island, and I'm gonna tell them the plan changed, but don't leave this spot. I don't care what time it is, just stay in that spot until I get back to you. When I come in, get me a gun. We're gonna go to that club. You, Louis Fats, walk in front of me when we go into the club. He'll see you, he'll stand up, he'll go to shake your hand, grab his hand, and grab it and hold it. I'm gonna come over your shoulder and I'm gonna shoot him in the fucking head. Right in the club? Yeah. Sammy, I thought they were all fucking tough guys, bro. They never saw anybody get shot in the head? I thought they're tough guys. I shook him up. But I get in the car and I go back. That's the new plan. I go back to Joe Watts, Fat Dom, tell him the new plan. Stay here. I'm going back. Boom. I'm going back. We pull up. He comes to the car. I get out. He says, let me talk to you. You could talk in front of Danny. He's a friend of ours, bro. He's on the hit. What happened? He came here. We called him and he came. He came? Yeah. Where is he? We killed him. He's inside the glass factory. He's just laying there on the floor? Yeah. Now let's go inside. Let's get the body and put it in one of those fucking vans in Philly. You drive it to that Greek diner. We get in the car. We go in there. There's a truck already in there. We pick his body up. We clean up a little bit. We put him in the van. There's still a little bit of blood. I tell Louis Fats, you stay here. You stay here and clean up over here. You get in the truck, go to the Greek diner, and Joe Watts and Fat Dom will be there, and they'll take the body from you. Then go home. Clean the motherfucking truck, and just don't want to talk about it no more. That's exactly what we do. And that is exactly what comes down. The next day I see Big Louie. Big Louie was fuming that I'm on another fucking hit. He's pissed off. This isn't the first time, this is the second or third time I'm telling you this, but Big Louie was fuming. Sammy, I mean, this guy's gonna have you in the street every time there's a piece of work to be done. I said, Louie, let me tell you something. In a way, I said it to you before. It's true. I tell him the story, what happened. They would have never hit him. You know why he got hit? When I told him, I'm gonna come back, we're gonna walk in a joint and shoot, he definitely didn't want that. So he gets him to the fucking joint. Now he's got a problem. He gets him to the joint and they kill him. Because if he didn't do that, then we're going to kill him in the fucking place. So, and if I wasn't here, John would have got a message. Jimmy would have got a message. He didn't show up. He's not showing up. And this guy would be alive. So, in a way, John has got a point. Some of these fucking guys, these fucking phonies, you know, everybody's a tough guy. But it seems like not everybody's a tough guy. So I guess sometimes things have got to get done, and unfortunately, I'm aggressive. I'm good at what I do. And that's why I'm being used, bro. But it's not something I really want. Gotti, after making so many fucking horrendous fucking moves, makes another move later on. He's starting to make people. He makes his son-in-law. Now, I don't really know him. His name is Carmine. Supposed to be tough with his hands. I don't know. But he's a legitimate guy. He's got a dump yard or some fucking bullshit. He's making guys. I don't know what the fuck he's making all these guys for. Then he's going to make his brother Richie. I was sent one time when John just became the boss. This Richie was working for Louis DeBono and treating him like a fucking mutt. Clean the floors, go do this, go buy me coffee, go do this, go do that, go do this. This was when Joe Piney was around. Joe Piney sent me to go talk to Louis DeBono. So I went there and I said, Louis, this kid Richie, bro, he's the boss's brother. Sammy, he's a complete jerk-off. What do you want me to do? Yeah, I know he's a jerk-off, but it's still his brother, bro. And it's still the boss. And he's hearing these stories about how you treat him. Pay him a fucking few dollars, send him home early. I mean, this way here, stories like that come out, you're gonna wind up in trouble. So now I find out he's gonna make this fucking jerk. And he's alive right now, I believe, still. And he's gonna hear this fucking thing. But, bro, I'm not trying to badmouth you. Look in the fucking mirror, you fucking moron. You're a jerk. You know you're a jerk. It's not about you. It's really not about you. It's about your brother making complete stupid moves. He was stupider than you because he made this move. You can look at it that way so you don't feel bad. But this is what Gotti was doing, making people. I don't understand it. He wanted to build a little army, his son-in-law, his brother, Richie. Now, Gene Gotti was a friend, but Gene Gotti deserved the button. He didn't make it when John was the boss. He made it way earlier, and he deserved that button. You know, they call it a button, too. Button guy, made guy, Omega Nostra, but a button. It depends on who you talk to. I use that term once in a while. And then, like in Richie's case, it's not a button, knucklehead. Is that a good term? Yeah. Some guys are knuckleheads, and that's his term. When the books were closed, there was tremendous control over the mafia. When they opened it, they made 10 guys in each family. Open it nice and easy. Let's see how it goes. These are guys who were associates for years, deserved it. So there was no big deal. This was cool. But after a while, and they're just making guys to have, like John, a buffer of people around him who now you went through the good guys, and now we're getting to the guys who don't belong. And it affects everything. Captains don't have good crews, so they need me to go do a piece of fucking work, like I just talked about. Or it even affects some of them who wind up being a captain. Peter Gotti was a sanitation worker. Now, no disrespect to sanitation workers. There's a lot of tough sanitation workers I know, I grew up with. But this guy's a sanitation worker all his life. He's a fucking nut jerk off, Peter Gotti. And he was in the club. Get me coffee. He was like that guy Spider in Goodfellas. Get me coffee. Get this, get that. And he would cut the game. So you want to make him, it's understandable. People will leave him envelopes, messages maybe. So he's a friend of ours now. He's not a total mutt. He's a garbage guy, you know, he's okay. But really don't belong in the life. But is the boss's buddy, you can make him. Then they made him a captain. This guy's a complete imbecile. He shook down an actor. And he goes to shake down an actor, and he uses a captain who controls the peers. Both of them get pinched. You're the acting boss. You're in a big position, and you're going to shake down an actor for bullshit money? And then you're going to use an important captain who's controlling the peers. Now you knocked him out of a position. But that's Peter Gotti, a fucking imbecile. I think he died. He had one eye hanging out of his fucking head. He looked like Igor's mother. And later on, they vote him in to be the boss. No, and nobody wants to be the boss no more, except for this fucking moron. And he's the boss. One time, before I flipped, I was with John in jail. You almost need my wife for this fucking story. So my wife, when I was in jail, she come an hour before the visit, waiting online, so she's first to get in to see me. I guess she loved me a little bit. And Peter Gotti would come in, and maybe 2-3 people, her and 2-3 people ahead of him. So when I would get called, Gravano, you got a visit, I'd go out. John he'd be sitting there waiting to be called. 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, all right, Gotti, you got a visit. It killed him that I went first. This fucking narcissist, he was crazy in prison. And he tells his brother, you better come here fucking early. He gets called out before me all the time. I'm the fucking boss. So my wife didn't give a fuck who told her what. She's gonna be here an hour before. Now, he sees her going in, he stops his car, thinks he threw it in neutral or in park, he threw it in neutral, jumps out to run ahead of her, and the car rolls down the hill and crashes into 2-3 parked cars. And he tells, oh my God, don't tell my brother, please, Deborah, and please don't go before me. So my wife told me the story when she came in. So I said, listen, bro, you could take orders from Frankenstein, but not from Igor. Don't fuck Igor. Don't even worry about him. Tell him to go fuck himself. Tell him whatever you want, bro. Believe me. And if he says something, just bitch slap him and get in the car. My wife says, I ain't gonna do something like that. All right, then don't do it. But this is the Gotti clan. John Jr. did not belong in the life. Now, he's not like them. He's not like Richie. I don't want to put him in the same category, or Igor. He's not like them. But he don't belong in the life either. I give you an example. Let me tell you a little example about him. So I'm going to fuck with the whole family. They're going to sound on me anyway. But we go to a restaurant. I got a meeting with John in Queens. They go to a restaurant. I was never in this restaurant. But I go in the restaurant, and John Jr. is sitting there. I sit down. The waiter comes over, and the waiter, Mr. Gotti, what would you like? He's waiting on him. He says, oh, what's wrong with you? You wait on him first, because I'm the underboss. So I said, John, he knows you. He knows your father. He's not going to wait. He don't know who I am. I could be don't ask him what he wants. Don't yell at the guy. Don't worry about it. Later, he comes over. You know, they're suave. He's got a towel wrapped around his hand, the waiter, and he gets the wine and he pours it with the bottle backwards. John Gotti Jr. flips out on the guy. What the fuck is wrong with you? Never do something like that. I said, bro. I told to the waiter, please excuse us for a minute. Get the fuck out of here for a few minutes, bro. I said, what are you doing? He don't know what he's doing. That's suave bullshit. Now, I'll tell you why it bothered him. In Italy, Sicily, a long time ago, the families would meet in their houses. So let's say I'm sitting with my brother-in-law, my uncle, my cousin, and then we're gonna sit together. The women cook, they get out of the room, they don't listen to the men. And then the boss, me, I would take the wine and I pour it straight, like that. I pour it into the glass. If I come to you and I pour the wine backwards, that tells all of them, without saying one word, he's no good, don't talk in front of him. It's an old custom. Most mafiosos don't even notice. Maybe it's the first time you guys are gonna hear this. So John must have told him that story. So when the waiter serves me backwards, he goes into a shit fit. But the waiter don't know what he's doing. He's being suave. So I told him, calm the fuck down. The waiter knows your father, he knows you. He doesn't know me. He's not being disrespectful. He's waiting on you first. He's supposed to do that. And he don't know nothing about this thing backwards. Is that what you're yelling at? Yeah, you're never supposed to do it. People don't know that. You'll see when you go out. A lot of us don't know it. I didn't know it until the old man Tyler was telling me a story about Sicily way back then. Now you would never know it unless your father must have heard it somewhere and he told you. So calm down, calm down. He's a waiter and he's not being disrespectful. So this is the Gotti clan. If you notice, Big Louie's at a lot of these meetings. Big Louie is now a captain. He's got some guys, Vinny Oil and a few people around him that started off actually with Frankie the Chico. Vinny Oil was with him. Then when Frankie died, he was with me. And then when I went to a bigger position, I gave him to Big Louie. So there was some guys around. Huck was still around, even though he's a piece of shit. But there was guys around in my crew left. But I'm an underboss, so I'm in a big, powerful position. But the guy I'm going around with more than anybody is two people. Big Louie and my brother-in-law, Eddie Garofalo. He's still alive, this skanky, skeevy fuck. Charlie Boy is still around. Tato's son, Charlie Boy, is still around in the crew, but not the real heavies. Peruta's gone, Stymie's gone, Louis Melito's gone. Those are the heavies. But there's underlings, Michael the Bat, Nicky Cowboy, they're all gone. None of the other families, the heads of the families, if that's what you're talking about, or other books, they're not gonna talk to me. I'm fiercely behind John. They wouldn't trust talking to me negative about him. The only one who did that was Nicky Scarfo. And Nicky Scarfo and me really have blood on their hands with me. There's a different relationship. Me and him fought and won in a very dangerous war with Johnny Keys. But these other guys, they know their position. They're not going to discuss it with me. They don't know where I'm coming from. Everybody thinks I am completely and totally super loyal to him, which I am. When you see he's got a piece of work, Sammy Baboots comes out of the woodwork and he's doing it. If I see him every fucking day, I'm down in New York to report, to go through things. John has got a problem. He's sending for me. Nobody's gonna, like when them guys went and, man, Sammy's controlling the whole city. You got to get a wink and a nod or you ain't getting nothing done. The other guy, I went 50, 60 guys were there. So nobody's gonna say a fucking word. Nicky was the only one because Nicky smelt a rat. He smelt something wasn't right. He smelt that he wanted to take Nicky away from me and make him answer True Joe Bugs. He wouldn't do it and refused. But he can, he's a boss. What is he going to tell him? So, and a few other things that Nicky didn't like about him. So, and I was close with the nephew there, Phil Leonetti. But a lot of these meetings later on, even without my guys, I am so powerful at that fucking point. I don't really need nothing but me. I'm like him. When he walks in the room, the whole room looks. I'm at the same, not when I'm with him, but when I'm alone and I walk into somewhere, hey, Sammy, the whole fucking place just stops.
Our Thing with Sammy the Bull Gravano is produced by Deborah's Way Productions. Audio and photography provided by Richard Miller. Associate producer, Kenna Zaza Gabor. Thank you for listening to Our Thing with Sammy the Bull Gravano. It helps when you rate, subscribe, and review the podcast you enjoy. Thank you for your support.